Hey, what's up? This is Josh from the 570. This is kind of an impromptu video. I came up with this idea a little while ago. I didn't know how I was going to put it together. Basically, I just kind of wanted to go over every one of my flashlights, and then at the end, I decided to shine all my flashlights. What I'm going to do at the end of this video is I'm going to shine all my flashlights in one spot, and I'm going to get out in front of it and kind of show you how bright it is and kind of try to blind myself basically and see what it looks like. But that should be pretty neat. But we are going to go over all the flashlights that I've collected, all the flashlights that companies have sent me over the last year and a half that I've been doing these, and showcase for them for you. And maybe if you guys have any flashlight ideas or types of flashlights that you want me to compete with these in the future, send them right on over. But you know, and I'm not big on sponsorships as far as product placement, push certain items, but I do enjoy a frosty beverage from time to time out of my Yeti here. Anyways, all right, so I guess really the only way to do this is to kind of go by size and maybe type of flashlight. So we'll start here. This is my Powertac HL10. It's 2500 lumens headlamp here. It's awesome. I love the sleek design. The profile of it is very, very small. What's also neat in this, it also incorporates a red light. You have a red light. You have an ultraviolet, which is that one, and then you also have a floodlight. So you can get different style beams all in one headlight here. The headlamp is very, very bright. It shoots a really good distance as far as you know, how far this is going to throw. If you see the beam pattern right there behind me. So I have a lot of flashlights. I don't want to spend too much time on each one. The head strap is comfortable. You can wear this headlamp with a beanie, with another hat on. It fits perfectly. So I guess we'll start with some smaller ones. Powertac Saber. This, I believe, is about 250, 260 lumens, single click. It's more of what you would call a pen light. This one's neat because you can take it apart and divide it in half so that this thing is half the size. So we'll put that there. I'm not going to have room for all these lights. Now we have the Powertac Valor. This is what you probably remember those AA mag lights to be, same size as that back in the day. The beam pattern is decent. This is an 800 lumen flashlight, single click. It's also got a mode button here on the side to take it up through the brightness levels. Here we got the Olight Warrior Mini 2. This light is 1750 lumens, I believe, on turbo. I love the design of it. It does come in a cool array of colors. I love the clip on it. It's got a proximity sensor so that if you're like trying to shine the light close to something, it automatically reduces so that it doesn't like have, you know, super glare back at you, versus like something like this where just it's overkill, it overblinds you. So that's pretty neat. The magnetic charging I guess you could say switch that goes on the back, the way it attaches and the way it charges is not something I'm a fan of. But either way, we got the Olight Warrior Mini 2 there. I guess we'll go now with this is actually one of my first flashlights. Of course, I've had like lights in the past, lights from Walmart and Kmart back in the day, those plastic ones that didn't work very good. But the actual first quality flashlight I bought, I was at a gun show and I saw this flashlight blinking. They had it on strobe, and it was in a fish tank. And this is the early 2000s, and I'm like, that's freaking cool. I like that. Get me one of those. So I have here the Powertac E5. The E5 is 1000 lumens. They don't actually make this light anymore, just because like there's so many models that they've upgraded after this and went to. The E5 is not available anymore, but it's still, I've used this light probably more than any light in this pile. This light is still working, it's still bright, it's still strong, still durable, beam pattern's great, and I love it. Next, we'll go to the light that I upgraded. So I went from the E5 to the M5 when the M5 came out. And this is 1350 lumens, but very, very similar. It's just got more aggressive knurling, got more aggressive bezel. It's a little bit more robust, and just it has a different type of charging, where this one has no external charging. You don't attach anything to attach to this light to charge it. You have to take the battery out or replace the batteries. This one has a magnetic charging port right there. You just attach the magnet to it and off you go. Next, we have the Workos FC12. This was sent to me by the Workos company. Awesome flashlight. It's aircraft grade aluminum. Comes in a whole bunch of different colors. It's very aesthetically pleasing. It's a cool light. It's got this feature here. When you turn it on, the light will tell you how charged it is. It's red now because it's below 20%, so it needs to be charged. So that's neat. I believe it's 2,000 lumens on turbo. It's got the dual belt clip, charging with the USB Type-C. That's always a key feature. And tail standing. Tail standing is another important feature. Very good light. This is the Workos FC12. Alright, now I'm going to show you the Powertac E11G2. This is one of their newer lights for 2022. I featured this on the channel a little while ago. USB Type-C charging. It's got more of a middle. It's not as everyday carry as this, and it's not as aggressive as the M5 or even a Warrior as far as the knurling on the side. But it's semi-aggressive. It's pretty decent. The light and the beam is very strong. Very good throw distance. It's got that indicator here on the side where it'll tell you if it needs to be charged when you fire it up. And there you go, the E11G2. I guess next we'll show the Ace Beam Defender P16. This is another good light. This is a light I probably use a lot as well. Probably because of the beam distance. It has a very, very good throw. Compared to some of the other lights at this table, this one probably throws the most as far as reaching out there. Another thing I like about this, it has the instant strobe, the one-touch instant strobe. You can hit this button right here without turning it on. You can just one-touch instant strobe. The bezel here is crenulated for attacking. The belt clip here is a dual belt clip, so you can use it either way, whether it's a headlamp or a pocket clip, whatever. The only drawback I have to this light, I thought it was neat. I wanted to try it, so I wanted to see if I was gonna like it first. But this light, you can't charge the battery while it's in the flashlight. You have to take the battery out and then plug the charger into the battery itself. It's not a difficult thing to do. It's just more of an inconvenience thing to do. So you physically have to take the light out, unscrew the battery, take the battery out, then charge it, then put it back in, instead of just plugging right into the light. So other than that, I love this flashlight. That is the Ace Beam Defender P16. Okay, and I am back. I know you guys didn't know I went anywhere because the magic of TV. But yeah, I had to go to use the restroom. So I am back. We left off with the Ace Beam Defender P16. So next I'm going to talk about a light company you probably never heard of. I was pleasantly surprised after reviewing this flashlight. It's a really good flashlight. This is the Charvol S1 tactical flashlight. This is actually the only flashlight they sell, but for their first time making flashlights, their first time selling flashlights, putting out a flashlight that's worth it, they really did a good job. The Charvol S1 is a fantastic light. Very robust. Love the pocket clip. Charges USB-C, that's also very important. It tail stands, that's also very important in case of a power outage, or if you're trying to illuminate a room for some reason. It's not round like this, so this light is round. The probability of it rolling off a table is higher than this light. This light is square on the end, which is kind of smart. That's why, if you didn't know, a roofing pencil is not round, it's flat, so that if it's up on the roof, it won't roll off the roof. Does it make any sense? It should now. Useless information, I'm full of it. Anyways, so just like every other flashlight, very easy to use. There's a mode button here on the back, and you can go through the settings, and there's so much that goes on with this light that I'm really surprised that they don't have other products like this. So I reached out to them. They support the 570. They're going to hook your boy up with another product that they have that's not a flashlight, and I'll be reviewing that this spring. But this is the Charvol S1 tactical flashlight. We're going to put that right there. All right, now we'll get into, this is the Clarus G15 V2. This light I reviewed not too long ago. They sent me this for testing and review. I never heard of Clarus before. They're more popular overseas apparently, but they reached out to me and gave me one of these to test. And I'll be honest, it completely blew my mind. Before I get to this in the countdown here, the Warrior G4 by Powertac is one of my favorite lights. 4200 lumens. It's my go-to if I'm trying to impress somebody, because you know, all of us flashlight enthusiasts do that. Who's got the biggest, the brightest flashlight, right? So my go-to there is the Warrior G4, and Clarus here with the G15 V2 has 4200 lumens. It's a crazy bright, stupid flashlight that is completely unnecessary, really not needed for most everyday scenarios. You don't need to have it on that bright. You can have it on halfway and be just fine. But I love it, and I'm glad they sent it to me. Its design is simple, it's comfortable, it's not aggressive, so it's not going to hurt your hand. It's got a flat bottom so you can tail stand it. Tail stands perfectly. It's a good color light. You get that, you don't get that warm light, you get that bright white, you know, LED 5K, what they call it, style light, and I really like that. Some people like the warm light. I like this bright daylight. So there we have it, the Clarus G15 V2. Alright, now we're going to get into, looks like we got Powertacs left, and some expensive Powertacs. So we'll start off with probably the least expensive here on this table. And this gun's fake. It's not real at all, YouTube, so don't demonetize this video. But this is your Mark Mini Illuminator. This is a weapons light, sold to you by Powertac. It's a ambidextrous, meaning it has a switch on both sides. It's an ambidextrous control flashlight for firearms, police, enthusiast, any sort of gun nut would love this flashlight. It's super, super bright, super easy to use, and you don't have to take it off your firearm to charge it. So right on the bottom there, if you could see as I'm pointing here with the mic, right on the bottom there is a magnetic charging point. So you could, whether it's in your holster or whether it's, you know, secured in your safe, you could plug this in and get this thing charged and have it charged all the time so that you're never without this light. So there we have it there. The Illuminator, Mark Mini. All right, now we'll go with the Warrior G4. Notice how I reached down here to get the Warrior when I just showed you a Warrior right there? So I have more than one Warrior with G4. Now, this also goes to test for Powertac's warranty process. Warranties are huge, especially with lights, guys. Because you got to remember, you know, let's just say this, and not knocking any company on this table. Let's just say this, or even the Olight, 5-year warranties. You know, so if something goes wrong with this light after 5 years, you know, it's really subject to approval whether or not they're going to cover something that would be wrong with this flashlight. Powertac has a lifetime tail-to-tip warranty. Lifetime. As long as you own the flashlight. They've never made me proof of purchase, even though they know me. They're very familiar with my videos. They support the channel. I'm an affiliate for them. They've never given me any gripe. What's going on? The first time I had to send this light back, it's because it was stepping down for no reason. You turn it on, it would work on everything but turbo. As soon as you go to turbo, it would step down to high. So the only thing that didn't work consistently was turbo. not really a huge deal because this light is still over 2,000 lumens, like on high, you know, not a lone turbo, but it's not a huge deal. But they were more than welcome. Sent the light to them. They sent it back. They said, you know what, it's probably just dirty. The contact points were connecting. They cleaned it up for me. They couldn't find anything wrong with it. And I started using it. About a week later, it started doing it again. I never opened the flashlight, so it should be a sealed system. I never opened the flashlight, so it started doing it again. So immediately I just called them. I'm like, hey, just so you know, the flashlight's doing it again. They said, you know what? New one's in the mail. Really? Because this isn't cheap, my friends. They said, new one's in the mail. I said, wow, I appreciate it. What do you want me to do with the old light? They said, use it, blow it up, give it away. It's yours. Wow, that's amazing. So, I have two Warrior G4s from Powertac. This is the one I used for a long time. As you can see, like some of the black paint is off, and then this is the new one here. But the Warrior G4, 4200 lumens. It is a tactical flashlight, meaning it does with this switch instant strobe. It is very aggressive. The knurling on it is very sharp, so it's not going to come out of your hands, whether they're wet, greasy, oily, whatever. The bezel has a striking bezel. There's points on it so that you can hit somebody. Tactical ring on it so that it doesn't roll away. The ring is like, you know, like an octagon shaped, so it's not going to roll away. And it's also aggressive as well. If you could see that, it sticks out, meaning it's not going to, you know, be pulled out of your hand. There's no leverage to pull this out of someone's hand. No one's going to be able to take this off of you. Warrior G4, amazing light. Now, another light by Powertac, but this light is designed for a different purpose. This is the Huntsman XLT. The Huntsman XLT is a silent operation. This is for throwing. This is a handheld spotlight. This light will get out there and goes almost a mile. The beam is 1200 lumens, which doesn't seem like a lot until you realize that the beam is like a laser, and this beam goes almost a mile. Isn't that crazy? From something this big, almost a mile, which is more than double what this light can produce with 4200 lumens. So the lumens doesn't mean anything as long as you can't get it out to distance. So if you're using it for a certain purpose and you're trying to get that light out there and you have the wrong style flashlight, that it's not going to do you any good. The Huntsman XLT is a multi-purpose light. People use it for search and rescue, police use, all that kind of stuff. It does have a mode indicator button on the back, which does instant strobe, which is another huge feature. The bezel is not aggressive. It does not tail stand. But this also accompanies a weapons mount. Powertac also features this and promotes this for their like varmint hunting and stuff like that. Coyote, small game. I know a lot of people with these on their ARs just because it basically shoots a laser beam as far as you could see. It's an amazing light. This is the Huntsman XLT. Alright, as you can see what I did here, I went by size because I keep getting bigger. Alright, and all around, other than carrying, this is probably my favorite flashlight that I use the most. It's probably the most versatile just because it's not too big, it's not too powerful, it's not too small. This is just a perfect size for pretty much everything other than carrying in your pocket. This is the Patrolman. I believe it's a Patrolman LE. They have a, yeah, Patrolman LE 10X for law enforcement. So this would replace your larger mag light, your D-cell mag light that police have used for years. They're tried and tested. This is about that same size. The difference is this being knurled. The aggressive knurling on this creates a firm grip where you're not going to lose this. Even if someone was trying to pull it out of your hand, you would have a really good chance of retaining this flashlight. This light is also very easily used by an operator with gloves. Let me rewind a little bit. The headlamp. Even though I use this all the time, I promote this headlamp, I tell everybody this headlamp is great. Only the one drawback to this headlamp is the buttons. The buttons don't stick up much on top of this light. Normally, 99% of the time, that's not a big deal. But it's Pennsylvania. It's wintertime. we get snow here. It gets cold here. A lot of times you're using these lights, you have gloves on. It's very, very difficult to operate that light with gloves on. These bigger lights don't have that problem. Whether they have a button that sticks up above the back tail cap or whatever, or they have a simple button like on this one. The button on this is very easily used by someone with gloves, but to change the modes, it's just a dial. Like, see this little dial right here? You turn it. And when it turns, every time you go to the next click, it goes to a different setting. So it's got low, medium, high, SOS, and strobe. And then there's just a button in the middle to turn it on or off. This is 4,200 lumens. Now, this beam shoots farther than this beam because this is a floodlight style head, where this is a combination. So the beam reaches out there further. It also disperses as well, so you get for me, a much better pattern. That's why I like this light. The downfall of this light is it's larger, you know. You can't just charge this with like a USB-C. It has a magnetic charger, which is awesome. I love it. But you do have to have their charger to be able to charge this light. But I love it. That is the Patrolman LE10X from Powertac. Alright, so the last light I want to show you here as it incorporates with this video, and I'll tell you why here in a second. Still, to this day, a year later, I'm the only one on YouTube that has a video for this light. This is the Powertac Destroyer. It's big. Powertac Destroyer G2, so the Gen 2. There's a Gen 1 and a Gen 2. The Gen 2 has a different style head and it shoots farther. So, 9,500 lumens. This is the same style as the Patrolman LE light with the dial. Same exact style, low, medium, high, strobe, and then SOS, and then there's a big button in the middle for turning it on. This is 9,500 lumens of insane, intense light. Let me tell you something, my friends. This light is no joke. This light shoots a mile. The beam on this thing goes a mile. It is crazy. It's designed, since it is, you know, rather large and expensive, it's designed more for like law enforcement and search and rescue. But you have a whole bunch of huge, powerful LEDs in this baby. I can completely wash out the camera with this. 9,500 lumens is an insane light. This light also doubles as a power bank. You can charge your cell phones with it in an emergency, power ups your laptop. There's an indicator here. If you hit this white button, see how the blue lights light up? 2 out of the 3 lights lit up, so it shows you how much of a charge this thing has left on it. So I love it. The USB outlet is right there, so you can plug any of your USB devices into there. This is the Powertac Destroyer, and this is my array of flashlights, guys. So let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And I'm not including like small, like little lights you pick up here and there. I'm not even, you know, considering like, you know, camping lights that I have from, you know, Coleman and things like that. I'm just talking about my YouTube worthy lights, the things that I do reviews on, and the companies that support the 570. You guys look out for me, and this is awesome. So at the end of this video right now, I'm going to show you what all of these lights pointed in the same direction at one specific spot look like, and then I'm going to get out in front of it and kind of see how bright it is. So here that is. First we got the Powertac HL10. Let's see if I can get this to stand. Jeez. This thing is super bright. Holy crap. All right, let me know what you thought of that. Let me know in the comment section. This is Josh. To end this video, I want to show you and give away my next video. So I made this video. I made the light shining and all that stuff while I was waiting on something to show up. It showed up. So my next video, my next flashlight review is going to be on the Powertac Pathfinder. This is a light I was waiting on getting, even though this is a little bit more expensive. This is $5.99. This is $4.99, but I was waiting on this because I really wanted to get the Destroyer first. But the Pathfinder was definitely on my list of lights I was going to get in the near future. This light is for search and rescue, law enforcement work. It's a little fat, a little stubby, powerful light. This is 12,000 lumens, guys. 12,000 lumens. The beam is crazy bright. Link will be in the description below where the Pathfinder video is going to be. You'll see this light. I'm going to test it. It's got a whole bunch of cool things that it does. But make sure you watch this video because this is an awesome, awesome flashlight. And I love it. So it's going to be added to my collection of flashlights, but it's not being incorporated in this video as far as the brightness test. But maybe down the line, I'm going to do something with this light. But this is Josh from the 570. I want to know what you guys think. Leave a comment in the comment section or send me an email if you think I should pick up a certain light. There's a lot of companies that I reached out to, like Immolent and stuff like that. Immolent gave me an affiliate code. They gave me a way for you guys to save money on a discount, but they didn't want to give me a light, which is weird. Most of these companies support guys like me because I'm giving them free advertising. So advertising is expensive. Make sure you come again. We'll see you next time.